Well, hello, all you future dentists. Today we're going to talk about how to get into dental school. All right, so here's what you need to do. You need to have a high GPA, a high DAT score. You need shadowing and other experiences. You need a personal statement. You need letters of evaluations. And you need to put all of this in the application and complete it on time. So your GPA, the minimum GPA you need for most schools is between a 2.75 and a 3.0. Honestly, it's usually more about a 3.0, but realistically, you want like a 3.2 or better. And if I'm being really honest, you want as high a GPA as possible. So the average acceptance is a 3.57. That being said, I was able to get into school with a lower GPA than that. So if you want to be competitive, try and get like a 3.5 or better. So here are some of the courses you're going to have to take. You're going to need a year of biology, of general chemistry, organic chemistry, anatomy and physiology, physics, all of those with labs. You'll also need some English, some math, and depending on the school, sometimes you might need some biochemistry, microbiology, psychology, things like that. Make sure you check the website of each school you're planning on applying to. They may have different requirements for courses. So you will need to take the dental admissions test, or the DAT or DAT as some say. So on there, you're going to have to be tested in biology, general chemistry, organic chemistry, perceptual ability. So that has to do with your spatial reasoning and honestly the most fun part of the test. Then you also have reading comprehension and quantitative reasoning, which is just kind of your basic math of like algebra, geometry, and so on. The test is scored 1 to 30. 30 being a perfect score. This is not like golf. You want as high a score as possible. Ideally, this is usually taken around your end of your sophomore or early in your junior year, but that can vary depending on your circumstance. But just so you know, they are changing the scoring system on the DAT, so check out my other video if you want to learn more about that. On your application, you're going to need to be able to write about different experiences that you've had. You're gonna need shadowing experiences, but you might also want some volunteer research or work experiences that you can share. Most schools are going to require that you have some shadowing hours. Usually it's somewhere between 50 to 100 hours. I recommend you have 100 hours or more. Getting experience at other offices is going to be great, but also keep in mind that you're going to need a dentist to write a letter of evaluation for you. So getting a lot of experience at an office where you have a good connection with the dentist is going to be crucial. Also, any job or volunteering in the dental field is going to be a great boost to your application. So like I said, you're going to have experiences that you're going to need to write about, and you're going to want things that make you look good. So experiences that show leadership, working with others, volunteering, helping people, working in a team, doing hard things, making good use of time management, overcoming challenges, things that show growth. Dental schools want a good, well-rounded person. Your experiences can help showcase that. One of the biggest ways that will showcase what kind of person you are is your letter of recommendations or your letter of evaluation. So typically you want 2 science professors and 1 dentist. Some schools may require others as well. So make sure you have a great relationship with these people. Make sure you ask them early and provide them with talking points and other things so they can write you a great letter. One of the best ways to showcase who you are is your personal statement. So you're going to want that to be around 4,500-ish words. So this is going to kind of tell them why you chose dentistry, important experiences that help shape your decision to be in dentistry, and who you are. Show growth moments, challenges you've overcame. Show them your passion for dentistry and what kind of person you really are. So once you have all this done and the application opens, you're going to create your AdTest application, and that's going to include things like your transcript, your DAT score, and then your experiences, your letter of rec, and your personal statement, all the things that we just talked about. And you're going to want to get this done as soon as you can. Many schools operate on rolling admission, so as soon as that application opens, try and get everything done as quickly as possible without sacrificing quality. So if all goes well, you're going to be invited for some interviews. Depending on the school, they'll have different formats for your interview, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Just be ready to discuss ethical scenarios, your motivation, why you chose dentistry, how you handle stress, conflict, things like that. Be able to share real life examples from your own experiences. And the last step is get accepted. Now, I don't want to make too much light of this. Getting into dental school is difficult, and I know I just threw a lot of things at you pretty briefly. I do have videos that go over all of these topics in more detail, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. Check out the description for other things that can help you through this process. Or if you need anything else, let me know in the comments below.